How would you feel being publicly embarrassed? Odds are probably not too great, but that's exactly what a 12-year-old boy in Texas had to go through. He had managed to get it all the way to the end of the lunch line when all of a sudden he had his lunch thrown away because his account was 30 cents under. A survey done by the Share Our Strength Foundation showed that 75% of teachers and 84% of principals reported that their students came to school hungry and that they depended on the school lunch as their primary source of nutrition. School lunches have become a very important issue over the recent future past. It's caused multiple problems, and something should be done to improve how it's ran and how it's conducted. So today I will talk about how are school lunches currently handled, the problems it cause, and how can we help. So I'm going to pick apart the 12-year-old story real quick. Realistically, there's only one or two ways that that story could have ended. The first is what happened, he had his lunch thrown away. And then the second was he would have got an alternative lunch. Now the question is, what is an alternative lunch? The alternative lunch would have been a cheese sandwich and a 4-ounce juice box. Now we can see that this could cause a lot of problems at home because the little boy had to be publicly embarrassed, because it's very embarrassing to have your lunch thrown away and not have to eat. And people talk, we all know people talk. The children are gonna go home and talk to their parents about it, and then they're gonna talk to each other about it, and then the story really just ends up being something bigger than it should have been. But we all know life happens, responsibilities pile up. You can forget to pay your students or your child's school lunch bill, but then what are the consequences of not paying that bill? In 2009, it showed that 60% of school districts raised the prices for the kids that could pay to balance out, which again isn't fair. So you might be asking yourself, well, how can I help with this? Well, there's this thing called a free and reduced price program, which basically states that if you're eligible and you meet the requirements, you can get a free or a discounted lunch, which is something that you could possibly sign up for, or you know, a friend of a friend, or somebody could sign up for it to help with not letting children go so hungry. And then secondly, we can learn how to respect the program. Obviously, the lunch lady probably didn't enjoy throwing the kids' lunch away, but she had to do it. And there's plenty of other good people who work the system, but at the end of the day, the school lunch program is a business and it has a budget to meet, and we should learn how to respect that and how it's ran. So, to sum it all up, school lunches are an increasing problem, and we should do something about it. And you can take action by doing the reduced or free program. And then you can sit down with your school district, have a meeting with them. You know, you can do a lot of stuff to help balance it out. And then I'd like to end on a quote by Diane Gillen, and it says that students can't go hungry if their stomach hurts because they're hungry. Good. I completely forgot.